This is an actual transcript from the pitch meeting of Lightyear. Executive, hey Chris Evans. Chris Evans. He goes, got a role for me, Disney? Yeah, Chris, executive says. Promise you. You're done with Captain America. No more playing men out of time who are confused about the future. Okay, well, Pixar president, what do you want me to play? It's like, I want you to play Buzz Lightyear. Okay, but it's a different Buzz Lightyear. Oh yeah, he goes, what happened? Like, well, he tried to jump to hyperspeed. Yeah, it's like, then what? He became a man out of time who's confused about the future. Well, it'll be a stretch, but I think I can do it. That was a long intro. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. How you doing? Hello. Like I promised, this is my second movie today. Got in a little late. Shit happens. But yeah, so I'm here. We're going to raise on Popcorn with Grant. I'm Grant, the movie TV guy. We're here to talk about a movie. Movies and TV. That's what we do here, and that movie is Lightyear. To infinity and beyond, baby. Lightyear. That's the let's getting. That's literally the title. No, I'm kidding. To Matrix. Let's get it started. It's like that. No. Lightyear, Just Lightyear, is directed by Angus MacLane, whose previous work has been primarily short films. He was a co-director, however, on Finding Dory. This is his first solo effort for Pixar. They went the full Domichi with Turning Red, where he was the sole director. They didn't have a co-director, which is a little bit unusual, but it's a good sign. And this film is a prequel to Toy Story, kind of, sort of. Basically, without getting into too much of the loopy logic, I'll just tell you what the opening text of the movie tells us. Before the action begins proper, there is text that reads, in the year 1995, I'm paraphrasing, of course, in the year 1995, a young boy named Andy got a Space Ranger for his birthday. The toy was based on his favorite movie. This is that movie. Begin. So, all the people who are bitching about Tim Allen not being in this movie, it's not the same continuity. Calm thine tits, as Cinematic Excrement would say. Calm thine tits. It's not the same continuity. So, in this continuity, Buzz Lightyear is the star, in this case, of a pumped-up action movie scenario. When we meet him, the young hotshot maverick of sorts, a Space Ranger. He's voiced here by Chris Evans. He and his friend Alicia, played by Uwe Adaba. I believe that's how I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm gonna look really stupid if I'm not. And also, I hope I am to give you proper credit. They are a team. He wants nothing more than to break the barrier and go through hyper time. The problem is, every 4 minutes that he tries to do the test flight is another 4 years on Earth. And before you know it, time has passed, and his dearly beloved friend, Alicia, every time he comes back, she's married to a woman. Great representation, sort of. We'll get there. They have a family, and then she dies of old age in the time it's taken, all in montage. This is at the beginning of the film. Well, one time he succeeds, but the problem is he goes a little too far, and he ends up 22 more years in the future than he already is. He's already about 100 at this point in the body of a young man, when he soon crosses paths with his former colleague's granddaughter, who is a bumbling cadet in the Rangers, along with her other squad of fellow bumbling cadets. Can Lightyear whip these guys into shape? He better hurry, because there's a weird mechanical villain who's coming after all of them, by the name of Emperor Zurg. Let the action begin. So, Lightyear is a lot of fun. Here's the kicker, though. This feels... okay. So you know that period... I mean this not necessarily in a negative way. Remember that period? You may not, a lot of my viewership, but do you remember when Toy Story 2 was in production, and there was rumors initially that Pixar was going to sell it to Disney's direct-to-video division, and they saw the rough cut, and they said, you know what, we're going to scrap all of this, and we're going to make our own theatrical thing, and it was all to the movie's benefit. It's still one of the best animated films and sequels ever. Lightyear feels like a Pixar production that isn't a Pixar production. It's fine. It's entertaining. I liked it. It's beautifully animated. The action is exciting. The characters are lovable. there's humor to it, there's heart to it, but I'm gonna be that guy. Turning Red probably was the one that more belonged in theaters than this. I'm just gonna say it. This is not top tier Pixar. This is pretty low tier Pixar, but I did like it, and I saw it in IMAX. I actually thought that one of the best things about it was how they did it in IMAX. It's apparently the first animated film that's in full IMAX, and it looks awesome. It is a visually stunning movie. It is still Pixar's animation team, after all. There were some moments of heart to it. There was some representation, even though I still think it's Disney's way of kind of doing it minor enough that they can edit it out. I still think just really represent LGBTQ people, please. Just actually do it and don't be stupid about it. And also, just screw every one of the people who wants to boycott this movie because of that scene. Come on, just... As Chris Evans very aptly put it, you all are a bunch of idiots. Yep, the people who say that. Don't take it out of context. I'm not talking about good people like you and me. I'm talking about the people who want to ban the movie. But the thing is, it just doesn't get that extra... It doesn't go to infinity and beyond, and it should have. I mean, they kind of build it up at the beginning like it's going to be, like... You want to buy that this is... That if it's done right, this really could feel like I'm like Andy, and I'm a kid again, and I want this toy. I didn't get that feeling, sadly, and I wanted to because this is coming from a franchise where the other 4 movies that are in the Jason continuity are all pretty much masterpieces. They're like 5-star movies, all 4 of them. It's the best quadrilogy ever made. This feels like a little bit like a pilot for a TV show, like a very big budget pilot, but it feels like a little too much like an also-ran. But, despite this, and for all the people who criticize my score on Jurassic World, I think the same thing applies to this with Lightyear. I am not saying I love this movie. I liked this movie a lot. And I will say this, too. Like Jurassic World, I would walk 2 blocks to see Lightyear in IMAX. And I'll tell you what put it over. This would usually be more of a matinee for me. You know what put it over? I'm gonna be real with you. That damn robot cat. I loved Socks. Now that's the toy I would want to buy. Socks the cat. And I'm not even a cat person, I'm very much a dog person, but that was a wonderful character. He's this movie's equivalent to Doug from Up. That alone, and I believe it's a Pixar animator, Brian Sohn, who does the voice. Fantastic voiceover job. So, can't go all the way with Lightyear, can't even go pretty far, but I can go to recommendation levels that are high. I'm going to give Lightyear 4 out of 5 stars. Let's just close it there. It's a fun movie, but just don't expect Turning Red. Don't expect even Luca, which wasn't even like one of the best Pixar movies, but was better. But it was closer to top tier. It was B tier. This is more like C tier Pixar, which is too bad. But again, to be fair to the movie proper, it is competing in a franchise that is made 4 just about perfect movies. So it doesn't. It's pretty good showing being 4 stars when that is the case. It could have been worse. Anyway, it's also not even by far and away the least Pixar movie. That is still all the Cars movies except part of the first one and The Good Dinosaur. So yeah, I don't like The Good Dinosaur. I know people love that movie. I'm not one of those people, and that's okay. I'm in the minority, whatever. But anyway, yeah. Let's just end it there. 4 stars out of 5 for Lightyear. Let's close the book on it. I will say this though. There were a group of a family with very small children behind me, boys and girls, and they loved this movie. So, I know your kids will love this movie, and this is the thing I can say about it. There's a good chance you'll have fun with it too. It's not like one of those kids' movies where it's a babysitter or anything. If this were any other studio, this would be their best movie, but coming from Pixar, this is really kind of like just lower tier. It's not bad. It's good. It's just not great, and it could have been. Anyway, that being said, 4 out of 5 stars for Lightyear, rather. Anyway, 4 out of 5 stars. Let's close the book on it and get this up so I can get my last review done today. I want to try to watch. I think I'm going to watch Good Luck to You, Leo Grand after this. That's will be the next one. We'll go from a children's cartoon to a movie about a sex worker. That'll be fun for adults only. By the way, speaking of real quick, this is a trailer trash special edition because I didn't see it in a theater. That trailer for Andrew Dominik's Blonde looks amazing. And it's going to be a milestone for this channel. It'll be the first movie in this channel short history that is rated NC-17 that we'll be reviewing because I am absolutely seeing that movie. It looks awesome. Anyway, it looks really powerful and really good filmmaker, really good lead actress. And a great trailer. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, it's trailer trash. But the ones in front of the actual movie, though. Where the Crawdads Sing. Now, this wasn't even really a trailer. This was like a small featurette. It was like Reese Witherspoon talking about... It felt also kind of weirdly inappropriate that this was in front of Lightyear, because it's like clearly a PG-13 or R movie. It's like a murder mystery. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it looks good. And a lot of it was her talking, Reese Witherspoon. I don't think she's even in the movie. I think she's like a producer, but she's like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, there's no actual cast talking, which is kind of weird. Anyway... I mean, the movie looks good. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to see it. But it's like, it's kind of weird this is in front of Lightyear and it was this kind of advertising. Oh, anyway, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I did not know they were making another Puss in Boots. And I got to say, I liked the first Puss in Boots. I liked all but the third Shrek movie. I'm looking forward to this. And not for the reasons you think, Internet. Get out of your mind out of the gutter. I like the movies because they're good. But yeah, it looks good. I like the animation style. It's kind of... I think it might just be the same animation software they used to do the bad guys, and I love the bad guys, so maybe that's like... Looks like a comic strip. I like it. DC League of Super Pets. Talked about it. It looks really funny. It looks like... I think Lord and Miller were producers, and you can kind of tell. I like the Keanu Reeves as Batman. I like the bit where he does the squeaky... Squeaky Bruce! It's like the squeak toy, and he goes, if that's not a licensed toy, I'm gonna freak out. That was great. Very funny. Looks good. Paws of Fury: Legend of Hank. It was a newer trailer, but we've talked about it. It looks cute. I don't know about it. It looks like more of a kid-leaning thing. Mel Brooks is one of the writers, so I'm kind of more hopeful. Maybe, just fingers crossed, it'll at least be funny. The animation doesn't look A-level, but there are parts that made me laugh in that trailer. It could be a funny movie. It could be one of those things like Hoodwinked, where the animation sucks, but the script is good. Where like it's funny enough to kind of let me ignore the weaknesses of the look of it. Strange World. Now, this looks great. This is the new Disney... Or Pixar, I can't remember, but looked really beautiful. It kind of looks like it's going for like a 50s sci-fi, what do they call it? Amazing Stories issue cover kind of look. I like that. Thor: Love and Thunder talked about looks good. E.T. in IMAX, can't wait. And then finally, Avatar: The Way of Water looks good. Still worried about the story though. The visuals look great. And was there shawarma? Yes, and most unusual shawarma. I have to talk about this a little bit. I'm not going to spoil anything because there's one that's kind of a spoiler. But the presentation was weird. So... There was 3 post-credit scenes in Lightyear. The first one is they do, like, the still credits before the scrolling credits, and it's a payoff to a gag, right? It's a funny gag. Then the credits roll, they go all through the credits, and they do, distributed by Disney, whatever, they do, like, the final credits, and there's another payoff to a gag scene. That's the second one. Then, like they do with Pixar, they show the whole Disney production logo in its entirety, the whole Pixar logo in its entirety, which is usually the key that the movie's over. And I still sit there just in case, because I always do. I light down to light up. That's what I do. But then the Pixar logo ends. It does the whole thing. The lamp slowly turns off. And then there's a third post-credit scene after the production logos that is the big sequel setup one. Like, they have it at the very end when most people will already think it's over, where it would be common to think it's time to go. It's there, and then they did, like, thank you for viewing this IMAX film, this film was rated, all that stuff. Like, after, there's a post-credit scene and a post-credit production logo scene. What a weird choice, but stay to the bitter end, because I'm telling you this to warn you. If you're going to go see Lightyear, do not leave when the little guy's dancing on the lamp. Stay a little while after, because there is the most important post-credit scene after the closing production logos. And I've never had to say that, I don't think, about a movie I've reviewed. But yeah, check that out. Well, Summer of Souls did that too. So I guess it can happen sometimes. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, we'll be back for good luck to you, Leo Grand. I'm about to time out. So, yeah, all that stuff, that'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grand, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, Class Smiths. Love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Subscribe. If you want to, give me the bell. I don't know what it does. All that stuff. If you want to find me else or reviews this and other fun stuff, check me out on Letterboxd.com at Raisin Popcorn with Grant, or my podcast, Raisin Popcorn with Grant, the podcast, on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. I want to know down below. Comment below, let me know. What did you think of Lightyear? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? You think my opinion's good? Do you think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. Sorry I'm going so fast. And until we meet again, we're all Raisin Popcorn, make my own extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye.